Hello and welcome back to another episode on Marvel Mad. I'm your host as always, Dwayne the Captain Coffee, and we have another Agatha All Along review. This time we're on episode 4. And first impressions, I really did enjoy it this time. It was one I enjoyed it more than the last one, so it got me more into it sort of thing this time. And I don't know whether it's because of the daft style it was done in, or some of the effects. Some of the effects were really, really good in that lot. Some of the story development, I don't know, it got me into it more this time. I really enjoyed it a lot more this time sort of thing. And it does seem like it is going to be like each trial is going to be based on a certain witch, which I was a bit I was going to be a bit disappointed on, but it seems like it's not going to take the entire episode sort of thing. The first trial did, episode 3 did, but this time it didn't with this one. And we got a bit more backstory, and we got a bit more like connective, like tissue from the Coven itself, and we got a bit more links between the witches and stuff like that sort of thing. So all in all, it was an improvement from last episode, and it's starting to make me really care about the other witches and that lot, and want to make sure they're going to be okay, and like wondering what's with this witch and what's with that witch and what's with the teen. The teen is the big thing sort of thing. He's the like, when you get to the end of this road, there's going to be a big revelation at the end of this, and the teen's going to be central to it. I think somebody's going to come back, but we'll get to there in the end sort of thing. But anyway, as the episode comes along, basically after Mrs. Hart, Sharon, bless her, perishes, they're all at each other's throat. They're all like, well, you should have protected her, well, you didn't give her the right cure, she had 2 loads of wine but you didn't give her 1. I still think nobody got her hair. I'm adamant nobody got her hair, so that's why she perished as well sort of thing, because they didn't do it properly. So they have to summon like a backup. Now this is obviously, you've seen it in the trailers, you've seen her like, I hear you're on a trip or that sort of thing, or having a party or whatever it was. This is where the crazy witch, basically I'm going to call her, comes and gets summoned by the Coven, because obviously they need an Earth Witch, and it's obviously the one that was trying to kill Agatha at the beginning and summon basically the Salem 6. Now we know the name's Rio, and first impressions are in that lot. Even though after we've seen her try and take her out in the first couple of episodes, she's definitely crazy, anything weird as anything. And honestly, there was a line in this as well which I thought was brilliant. The protection, the clairvoyant, and the potion witch were all walking behind her. I was like, I don't know whether I don't want to like keep an eye on her or want to get a number and stuff like that sort of thing. And the clairvoyant witch is like, yeah, she's one crazy bitch. I know, one scary bitch, sorry. I just made me cackle something wrong. I really did enjoy that line. I thought it was brilliant. But yeah, this trial, it looks like it's going to be based more on the protection witch, because they see this cabin, they're trying to avoid it, and she's like having flashbacks, and she already mentions that her mother didn't die on the road. Well, obviously thinking it's the witch's road. She died actually on road in concert sort of thing. It was like a cabin or an apartment fire or something like that sort of thing. So you're getting these hints that it's obviously based on her this week. And obviously they see this cabin, they don't want to go into it, but the cabin appears again, so they have to go into it. And the style with this is like a proper hippie 60s 70s sort of rocky sort of vibe. I thought it was brilliant. The outfits they were wearing looked fantastic. Obviously they're going around trying to figure out what's the clue and stuff like that sort of thing. As they're all going around that lot, Agatha and Rio go into the like sound booth sort of thing. It's like a big music studio, and they're talking. It's a bit like dodgy, and it's like, what the hell, what's going off here sort of thing. Why is it like being a bit what's your intention sort of thing, what's your plan? And it's like, well, all the witches that were gone, I want to take all the powers and I'm going to try and betray them and stuff like that sort of thing. Because they were saying as well, when they was talking about they was only going back and forth at each other, it was like how many witches did you go with last time and how many witches come back with Agatha on the road, and it won. Now I think it's this Rio, and as the episode comes a bit further later on, you'll get a bit more backstory to what really happened with them. There's a lot more going off. I don't know whether there was lovers or what. It seems like to me that there was lovers, but I'm not too sure. There's just something going on there. That's like something's really gripped me as well. Like, what's going off there? Why is that a bit messed up, sort of thing? But anyway, they're going around trying to find the cure. Well, trying to find what's the clue and stuff like that, sort of thing. And Teen finds a record that says "Play Me," so he plays it, but it plays backwards. Now this is cursed them all. They all try and smash the thing because they don't realise that's the curse, sort of thing. They all have these like start burning, and these like burn marks on the shoulders, which you find out later on is something else. Teen gets thrown through the window, which will be like, oh damn, okay, but something happens there as well, sort of thing. Which like quite a lot of things going off in this episode now. And you find out that these burn marks and stuff it's like a family curse for the protection witch. Like it was the clairvoyant one first, and then it was the potions girl, and they start having these like burn marks, and it looks like somebody's gripped them, and like they're just burning them like that, sort of thing. And then you find out that whenever somebody around the world is playing her mum's song of the ballad of the Witch's Road, it's actually protecting the protection witch, which is quite clever. It's like 360, instead of her trying to protect other people, but other people are trying to protect her, which is quite nice actually. I quite like that. And yeah, so they find out it's like a family curse, and they're all like, oh bless you, and we'll try and figure it out. And the only way to cure it is by playing the song of their mothers, full all together, proper, like going for it. I really did like this song. Really did like this song. Like I liked the original one. Well, not the original one. I liked the normal one they sang at the beginning of the series. I really did like this one as well. It's going to be one of them songs that I'm going to have in my head a lot of the time, because like when it was Agatha all along, when that one was on from One Division, I had that in my head. And then now I've all got it's down the road, down the witch's road. Honestly, it's just, yeah, it's one of them songs that's really got into me, and I think it's brilliant. And the effect as well, like when they're singing it, they see the demon that's like cursed them and gave all these marks for years. He's like up on the balcony, and he's starting to burn because they're playing it really well, and like the song's working, sort of thing. Then it swoops down onto the protection witch, and like she finishes it off really powerfully in that lot, and the demon just goes woof. The effects, and I really did like the effects on this one. I was like, yeah, this is my core stuff now. But obviously, before all that, we see obviously the Tinker through, and then we find out while he's playing, he's actually been stabbed in his side with one of the glass pieces as he's gone through the sound booth. So it's like, oh crap, they've all won. Well, not all won, but they've lifted the curse, and then all of a sudden the team just drops like a sack of spuds. Now this is where I'm going on about. They don't look like the trials are going to last all episode, because then you get a good maybe 10 minutes or so now, like after the episode or after the trial, where now Teen's hurt. The Teen is knackered and that lot, and they need to save him basically in that lot. And it comes down to the potions, that she needs like water and moonlight to like heal his wound and everything, and she does it. And I'm wondering if that's a knock-on effect from when the first trial, where she's done all this potion stuff and she's feeling more accomplished, she's a bit more confident in herself. So I wonder if that's going to have another effect when you get to episode 5 with the protection witch. She's going to be even more confident now. She's going to help to protect the other witches and stuff like that. So that'll be quite interesting. But they sort of lay him down, get him all like healed up, sort of. They let him rest and come back to himself. And there's a really good bonding moment with all the other witches now. Like you had like Rio, protection witch, potion witch, clairvoyant, and they're all just laughing and joking, telling about battle scars and like history about themselves. Just quite a nice bonding moment. I quite like that, and it gives more character to them all, which I quite liked. am drawing towards them now, and I'm really like caring about them, and it's nice to see, sort of thing. But while this all is going on, Agatha stays with Teen, and he finally wakes up. He's finally all good, bless him, and he basically asks, like, "Did you put the sigil on there?" And we get a bit more revelation about that now. It's like, well, no, I don't think I did, but I wouldn't know if I did anyway, because Agatha like reveals that even when somebody's got a sigil on them, the person that's put the sigil on him wouldn't know themselves. And then the only time the sigil was free is when it's not needed anymore. But how it implies in that moment is like, even Agatha thinks that's her son. I don't think it is. I'm adamant it's not, and then we sort of get a bit more of confirmation of that at the end of the episode as well. But as they sit back down, Agatha leaves and lets him be, and like Agatha goes with the others, because as well, before she leaves, Teen's like, well, what actually happened to your son? And Agatha's like, no, don't worry, we'll go in, see in a bit. And she just sods off. She didn't want to acknowledge it, she didn't know anything. So there's a really interest there to go, what actually happened has happened to her son? Why is she so dismissive? I know she's swapped him basically for a Darkhold. That's one way to get rid of your kid. That's not a good way, really. So that's quite interesting to see, and why she did that in the first place. So hopefully we'll get that more. But then yeah, she goes back down with all the other. Whoop. She goes back down with all the other witches, talks to them and that lot, and sort of saying, "Oh yeah, here's my scar and stuff." And then Rio pipes up and like, "Oh, I've got a scar," and Agatha's like, "No, you ain't." I was like, well, why she just said that? And then she explains like her scar is she loved somebody and she had to go and kill him, but she didn't want to kill him, but it was a job and stuff like that, sort of thing. And then obviously Agatha goes away and Rio goes away, and they start talking and like trying to, I don't know if they're going to kiss or something like that. I don't know if they're lovers, but I'm like, right, okay, this is really weird. Are they lovers? Is there a connection there? There's more to them two than what they're showing, and hopefully as the series go on you'll see more of that. So it's really unusual, and I'm more intrigued as well to find out what their connection is as well, sort of thing. Like, I want them all to survive now. I want to know what the hell's gone off with the teen, if I'm right thinking it's Wanda's kid, because at the end of the episode, well, before it even all goes off, she's like, they're about to kiss and stuff, and then Rio looks to him and is like, do you realise that lad is not yours? And then it goes, that's more confirmation for me to say it's Wanda's kid, it's Billy, and the end of the road is going to announce that, and Wanda's going to come back or something like that. That's what it seems to me anyway. But yeah, it's got me a bit more gripped now and intrigued to know what the hell is going off, and I want them just to get to the Witch's Road. I'm hoping. Right, this is episode 4 now. There's 9 episodes. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's only going to be, I'd say, 3 more trials left. So you got Clairvoyant, Earth, and then Agatha. Surely then, so 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Right, yeah, that'd be about right then. Because 8 and 9 could be them at the end of the road, and the big thing comes off, which would be around Halloween, which would be quite interesting. I think I've sussed it. I think that's my theory anyway. That's what I'm going with. But yeah, I quite enjoyed this episode, and yeah, I'm really looking forward to more now. And like, it's got me. It lost me a bit in the third one because I was a bit like, okay, I'm not too sure about this. But this one sort of pulled it back around. I don't know whether it's just the effects or just how daft it was, but yeah, really pulled me back around for this one. So yeah, check out more Marvel Mad. Like, share, and subscribe, and all that jazz. We've got a Discord as well. It will always be down in the description below with myself and Nate from thourght Media on our Project Assemble Discord. So check out the Discord down below, and we will see you all on another episode of Marvel Mad. Thank you very much, everybody, and goodbye.